You're not broke because you're unlucky or because the economy is rigged against you. You're broke because of a few specific behaviors you keep repeating every single day. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 7 traps that are keeping your bank account exactly where it is and exactly how to stop falling into them. The first thing you have to stop doing is treating your time like a vending machine. You do a task, you expect cash to pop out immediately. That's not how wealth works. That's how a job works. And there's a massive difference. I see this all the time online. Someone wants to make money, so they go sign up for a website where they can transcribe audio for $3 an hour. They're grinding, their eyes hurt, and at the end of the week, they have $47. They think they're hustling. They're not. They're just working a low-paying job without a boss looking over their shoulder. Meanwhile, someone else is making $0 this month because they're locked in their room watching 3-hour tutorials on video editing or how to run Facebook ads. That second person looks broke right now. They can't even afford the takeout the first person bought with their $47. But here's the part nobody tells you. That second person just increased their hourly rate from $5 to $50 for the rest of their life. The first person is still looking for the next transcription gig. You've got to stop looking at your wallet and start looking at your skill tree. If you chase quick cash, you will stay broke longer. I promise you. I didn't touch a single dollar of ad revenue for months when I started this. I was just getting better at talking to a camera while everyone else was chasing $5 for a survey. I got paid later, but when I did, it was a lot more than $5. Stop renting out your hours for pennies. Build the asset. Second, and this one is gonna sting a little, but I say it with love. You're probably renting your entire lifestyle just to impress people who don't even like you. We live in this bizarre era where everyone is a celebrity in their own mind. You see the TikTok videos of the guy leaning on a rented Lamborghini outside a rented Airbnb mansion in Calabasas, and you think, that's the life. So what do? You finance a phone that costs more than the laptop you're supposed to be using to start a business. You buy sneakers that you're afraid to actually walk in because you might crease the asset value. You think you're investing in your image. Let me show you the contrast. Path A is the guy with the designer belt but a negative net worth. He looks the part. When his friends want to know where to get a good table at a club, they call him. But when his car breaks down, he's calling his mom. Path B is the guy wearing the same plain black t-shirt every day, driving a 10-year-old Honda. He looks like he just walked out of a probation office, but his brokerage account has 6 figures in it, and his credit card balance is 0. You cannot build wealth and impress people at the same time. The math doesn't allow it. Every dollar you spend on the illusion of success is a soldier you just executed before sending him to the front lines of battle. That money could have been deployed to buy a stock, a course, or a piece of equipment that makes money. Instead, it's sitting on your feet or in a parking lot. I get it. We all want to feel important. But let's get real. The flex culture is just a tax on people who are insecure. And this is where most people mess up. They think they'll start saving after they get the nice stuff. Wrong order. Buy the assets first. The luxury will buy itself later. You can't build a castle on a rented foundation. Third, and this is a trap for the go-getters listening right now, you think being a one-man army is a flex. It's not. It's the fastest way to stay small. There's this weird pride in saying, I built this all by myself. You're proud that you don't have a team, a mentor, or even a decent network. You're doing the work of 5 people badly instead of doing the work of one person exceptionally. The scenario is always the same. You're trying to start a channel or a side hustle. You spend 6 hours designing a logo in Canva that nobody cares about. Then you spend another 5 hours trying to figure out why your email list isn't integrating with your landing page. By the time you actually get to the thing that makes you money, whether that's making the video or closing the client, you're exhausted and you do a half-hearted job. You saved $20 on Fiverr and lost $1,000 in potential revenue. Here's the principle. Speed comes from people, not effort. You want to get rich? You need leverage. Leverage is just a fancy word for using other people's brains and time to multiply your output. Elon Musk isn't on the factory floor welding the door shut himself. He leverages engineers. I know you're not Elon Musk, but the rule scales down. If you're a gamer, you don't get better by playing solo queue against bots. You get better by playing with or against people who destroy you. You watch their replays, you leverage their experience. In business, it's the same. Find someone who can do the thing you suck at in 1 hour so you can free up 40 hours to do the thing you're great at. If you do everything yourself, you stay small forever. It's that simple. Fourth, you're not confused about what to do. You're just addicted to the feeling of learning instead of the pain of doing. This is the modern disease of the internet. You've watched 300 YouTube videos on how to make money online. You have a bookmarks folder that's an inch thick with Best Side Hustles 2026. You know the acronyms: dropshipping, SMMA, print on demand, affiliate marketing. You can explain the algorithm better than the engineers who built it. But when I ask you, what did you ship this week? The answer is silence. You're in a state of cognitive overload. It's like standing at a buffet with 100 dishes and you're so worried about picking the wrong dish that you just stand there and starve to death. You've replaced action with research. Here's the contrast. Most people try 5 different side hustles in a month and quit all of them because they don't see $1,000 on day 3. The right path is boring. The right path is picking literally one thing. It could be learning how to write one really good email subject line. It could be learning how to edit 1 minute of engaging footage. And then doing that one thing for 90 days straight without looking at the other 99 options on the buffet. You've got to close the tabs. You've got to stop watching the best strategy videos. You already know the strategy. You need the execution. Your brain is full, but your bank account is empty. You're not confused, you're just overloaded. Pick a lane, close your eyes, and step on the gas. And yeah, you might pick the wrong lane, but you'll figure that out in 2 weeks of doing rather than 2 years of thinking. Fifth, and I need you to lean in for this one because I've been guilty of it too. Your ego is the reason you're not improving. You think you're smarter than the room, and that attitude is costing you a fortune. This shows up in the little things. Someone leaves a comment on your video that says, "Hey, the audio's a bit echoey, hard to understand." And you clap back with, "Well, I'm using a Blue Yeti. It's a $100 mic. You just don't have good headphones." You just defended your ego. Instead of fixing your audio, you put a wall up. You stopped learning. Or maybe it's in business. You refuse to get a job while you build your business because you think you're above working for someone else. So you starve, you get desperate, and you quit the business. Instead of using the job as a stable bridge to fuel your real dream, you let your pride crash the plane into the mountain. Here's the painful truth I had to learn. There is always someone who knows a part of this game better than you. And if you're too proud to shut up and listen, you're paying a tax. It's an ego tax. It's invisible, but it's real. Think of it like an iceberg. The stuff you don't know is the ice above the water. The stuff you don't know is the massive mountain underneath, and you're steering your ship right into it with a smug look on your face. If you think you're already smart, you've just sealed the lid on your own growth. Loosen up, take the note, fix the audio. Sixth, and this is where we separate the adults from the children. Blaming everyone else feels amazing in the moment, but it's a trap that keeps you exactly where you are. You know the excuses. I live in a small town. There are no opportunities here. The algorithm hates me and shadow banned my last 3 posts. My parents didn't teach me about money, so how am I supposed to know? I'm not saying those things aren't true. Maybe your internet is bad. Maybe the algorithm is weird this week. But focusing on that is like staring at a stop sign and being angry that it's red. It's not going to turn green just because you're mad. The successful person sees the stop sign and just finds a different street. You've got to swap the magnifying glass for the mirror. Stop examining the flaws of the world and start examining the flaws in your own strategy. Bad internet? Fine. Can you download the editing software overnight and edit offline? Small town? Cool. The entire world is online and needs logos, voiceovers, and virtual assistants. That market doesn't care where you sleep. When you blame others, you give away your power. You're saying the outcome of my life is determined by this external thing, and maybe it is. But the moment you accept responsibility, you take the power back. Even if it's not 100% your fault, it's 100% your responsibility to fix it. Excuses feel good, but they keep you stuck. Focus on what you control and watch the world open up. Finally, number 7, and this is the silent killer of potential. You're in love with comfort. You've built a little nest of routine that feels warm and safe, and you don't realize that nest is also a prison. Comfort is expensive. You're paying for it with your future self's wealth. Most people come home from work or school, they eat the same meal, they watch the same streaming shows, they talk to the same 3 people about the same 3 problems, and they go to bed. It's a loop. It's a safe, predictable, comfortable loop. And there's a part of your brain that screams at you in the quiet moments. You should start that project. You should go to that event. You should learn that skill. But the other part of your brain, the part that loves the couch, whispers back, "It's been a long day. Just relax. We'll do it tomorrow." And tomorrow never comes because you're too comfortable tonight. Growth doesn't happen inside the circle of what you already know. Everything you want, the confidence, the freedom, the money, is waiting for you outside that circle. And stepping outside that circle is physically uncomfortable. It's awkward. You might look stupid. You might fail. And that's exactly the point. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to be willing to say, "I don't know how to do this. Let me try anyway." That's the price of admission. If you're not growing, you're decaying. There is no standing still. Comfort is a slow poison that feels like a warm blanket. Kick it off. Do the thing that scares you today, even if it's just recording 1 minute of video and not posting it. Expand the circle just a little, because everything you want is sitting just outside your current habits. Go get it!